Good day, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful day. My name is Teacher May, and welcome to Online Eskwela. Please don't forget to subscribe. Today, we will talk about matter. Do you matter or it doesn't matter? Well, the truth of the matter is that the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, or even as humans are all matter. So basically, everything around us or around you at this very moment are all matter. But what is a matter? A matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. And there are 5 states of matter. We have liquid, gas, plasma, solid, and Bose-Einstein condensate. First, let's talk about the solid. This is an image showing how its molecules look like. The molecules are tightly packed together, thus it vibrates against each other as they want to move. The molecules cannot move from one place to another due to a very limited space. That's why solid has a definite shape and has definite volume. Next, we have the liquid. As you can see, the molecules of liquid are a little close together and it can move a little farther because of the small space in between them. But unlike the solid, liquid has no definite shape but has definite volume. Gas. The molecules of gas are very spread out, giving them enough space so they can freely move. But because of that, gas has no definite shape and has no definite volume. Then we have the plasma. Plasma is a cloud of protons, neutrons, and electrons. It is more like a gas than any other states of matter, but it behaves differently. Plasma is actually an ionized gas, and the famous example of plasma is the sun. Last, we have the Bose-Einstein condensate. If plasma is super hot and super excited atoms, the atoms in Bose-Einstein condensate are totally opposites. They are super unexcited and super cold atoms. Now that we know what matter is and its 5 states, let's proceed to the properties of matter. All matter has physical and chemical properties. Physical properties are the properties that can be observed or measured without changing the identity of the matter, while chemical properties are properties that can only be observed when the identity changes during chemical reaction. Going back to the chemical properties, it can be categorized into 2. We have the extensive and intensive properties. Extensive property is a physical property that will change if the amount of matter changes, or it depends on the amount of matter that is present. For example, mass, a measurement of the amount of matter present in an object. Weight is the mass multiplied to the gravity. This is an image showing the difference between the mass and the weight. This is your mass, This is how your weight reads depending on your location. While on Earth, your mass is 2 kilograms and your weight is 19 newtons because remember, there is a strong pull of gravity on Earth. When you go to the Moon, your mass remains the same, but your weight is lesser as it reduces to 3 newtons because of the small pull of gravity. And going to the deep space, again, your mass does not change while your weight becomes 0 newton, mainly because of the absence of gravity in deep space. This simply means that your mass remains the same wherever you go, but your weight changes depending on the pull of gravity on the location you are in. Volume. It is how much space the sample or object takes up. There are few ways to get the volume of an object. For a regular shape, we usually measure the length, the height, and the width. For liquids, we simply use measuring cups or measuring glasses. Next, we have the length. It is a measure of how high, long, or wide something is. For example, we can use ruler to get the length of a comb, a thermometer, and a paper glue. Intensive property. These are the properties that do not depend on the amount of matter that is present. Color. It is the perception of the different wavelengths of light. We all know that the primary colors are the blue, red, and yellow. Combined, they form the secondary and tertiary colors, creating a more colorful world. Luster. It is the shininess of a surface. Most materials that are shiny or has luster are the metals and even the diamonds. Malleability. It is the ability of a substance to be beaten into thin sheets. Perfect example for this are the metal sheets used to make roofs or even cars. Ductility. It is the ability of a substance to be drawn into thin wires. Example are the electrical wires. Hardness and softness. This is how easily a substance is scratched. Metals are usually hard, while non-metals are brittle. Density. It is the mass of a substance divided by its volume. We have the equation D is equals to mass over volume. In this example, a glass is full of liquid having different colors. The color represents the densities of the different liquids. Another example are two boxes. First box has lesser mass than the second box, but they are of the same size. With that, the first box is less dense or lighter because it has lesser mass, and the second box is heavier or denser because it has more mass. Another example for intensive property is the boiling point. It is the temperature at which a liquid boils and turns to a vapor. Let's proceed with chemical properties. These are the properties that can only be observed when the identity changes during chemical reaction. One example of chemical property is the reactivity. It is the ability of matter to combine chemically with other substances. In our first example, it shows how aluminum reacts with certain liquid and fire. Second example shows how calcium reacts with water. Another example for chemical properties is flammability. It is the ability of matter to burn. When matter burns, it combines with oxygen and changes to different substances. For example, wood is highly flammable. Recap. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. It can be in different states like solid, liquid, gas, plasma, and Bose-Einstein condensate. All matter has properties, both physical and chemical properties. Examples of chemical properties are reactivity and flammability. Physical properties, however, can be categorized into two, the intensive and the extensive properties. Intensive properties are color, luster, malleability, ductility, hardness, density, and boiling point, while extensive properties are mass, weight, volume, and length. Thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something from this video. Till next time, bye!